Hey, y'all, Gary Calger back here again, KB8UGP in Enterprise, West Virginia. I got some cool little, well, some people may have done it before, but it's cool little things that might help you out when you're out QRP, out with your antennas and radios and stuff. You know how you're always happen to prop your radio up, something, use the toolbox or something like that, or use a piece of wood or sticks or something, to prop the radio up so you can see the face on it. Well, some of the QRP radios do have stands, and there's a lot of them that don't. Uh, so I made my own stands and stuff, and it's very simple to do. You go to your local hardware store, and you buy you a box, or little chair things to go on bottoms of chairs. There, I get them from Ace Hardware, so I'm advertising Ace, but anyhow, it's where I go most of the time. But these come in really handy for QRP radios to make them up a little higher in the front. But I want to show you what I've done here. This radio here had no feet at all on it. It had nothing, to prop it up in the front. So what I've done, I took and got some chair leg floor protectors, and I glued them on there. Now you can super glue them on, or you can use Devcon adhesive or whatever, whatever will make it stick good. You don't want them to fall off when you put them in your go bag, for the going out in the field. But I put the small ones on the front, the big ones on the or the small ones on the back and the big ones on the front there to prop this radio up so I can see it. And another thing I've done, you know how most of the time you wear out the plugs. These plugs on these radios, especially the mic plugs, and some of the plugs that goes in the back, them sockets are very delicate on some of them. If you jerk them the wrong way, you're going to bust them. So what I do, I take and get an external plug and I put it on there and I loop it around, bring it up. Then I'll put an extra plug here on the side. Plug my mic into that instead of wearing out this thing when you're jerking it around and stuff there. But you can just glue them on there. Doesn't hurt the radio, and just a little bit more added protection on it. Same way with the speakers. You can do the same way if you're plugging speakers in and out or headphones. Bring that jack around, and mount a jack on the side of it to protect the jacks and the radio itself. That's the little thing there. But it's like I do on some of these littler radios. Like this, I made stands and everything for them. And it really helps out. And like I said, I run them jacks around because these jacks back here are very delicate and they will break if you mess around with them too much, and they will break after a while. But I put this one here, I kind of like to use a lot and everything. So I made a real nice little wooden stand to prop this thing up. Made me a real nice little microphone hanger there, And also done something extra. I put a fuse in here with the switch in line with it because this radio right here, this radio right here does not have an on and off switch on it. Does not. So what I've done, I added here on the side, brought back around into the power input out there, and put that jack on there. But that's another thing that I've done, to improve the usability of the radio, to help you out, from tearing things up. Because a lot of these small radios are a little delicate. They work good, but they're a little delicate, They're kind of cheaply made. That's the reason why you can buy a QRP radio, for maybe under $100, about $150, for a decent one like that for these little small Chinese radios. Now, I'm going to show you something else I've done. This is another little handy thing. You're out in the field, and I like to use TV cable with the TV cable connectors to plug in and out of my antennas because they're quick, they're easy to get a hold of. Everybody's got. You could go to Family Dollar store and find a TV cable with the ends already on. That's how easy they are. And the old fool's game is, no, you don't have to be 52 ohm all the time. 75 ohm TV cable works fine for me. I get out, I make a lot of contacts. I've made over 1,000 contacts less than 1 year. Worked all states less than 1 year, using the same, the TV cable. Now here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to go around here to the antenna here, and get this set down here on the floor here. Of course, I'm old. It takes a little bit for me to get on the floor here. And we'll tilt this camera down here to this. Now this right here is the connectors I got for this antenna. Whoop, look at there, it comes right off. You can get these connectors. Most places sells TV cable and antennas and things like that. And that thing just plugs right in there nice and firmly like that. You can take and move it around. It ain't going to come off. But quick to disconnect, easy to use. You ain't got to fiddle around trying to screw that thing on, damage the cable or anything. Get one of them and use it. Easy to use. Right there. And I have no problems with them. No problems with them. But that's what I put on my magnetic loop antenna here. That's what I put on that. But like I said, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to be in amateur radio. It's just, people say, well, you gotta have the best. No, you don't. That's a barefaced lie. You don't have to have the best to get on the air to start out with. I've took TVs apart and made my own radios, my own receivers, my own transmitters, using old TV parts. Of course, the new TVs now you can't do it. But if there's a place you can find an old TV, like all the old boot tubes, the old black and white or something, you can get all kinds of parts out of them things to build transmitters and stuff. I've built CW transmitters using all the parts out of a TV and also the receiver to go along with it out of an old TV, old radios, everything, So, like I said, you want to do little improvements and stuff there, do stuff like that. Make a little stand for them, put a fuse in it. The ones don't have switches on there. And like I said, improve. Put a little cable on there where you can plug it in there without going in the back and plugging it all the time, wearing them sockets out. You can wear this out. You can replace them cheap. This inside the radio, not cheap to replace. It's hard to replace them. It's hard to get the parts. So do this, you'll be in good shape. Hey, y'all, take care. Have fun. QRP, whatever you want to do, just be safe. God bless. Bye.